Extraterrestrial is a horror sci-fi movie by the Vicious Brothers. If you're unfamiliar, they did the movies Grave Encounters and Grave Encounters 2. I really enjoyed those. I like Grave Encounters 2 more because they're just fun, simple, cheap, found footage horror movies that get the job done. You know, when you're watching a haunted house or haunted place movie, found footage, you just want the cheap thrills. You get that with them. So their third film is a horror sci-fi. It's about a group of friends going to a cabin in the woods. However, a woman was abducted and brought back, and they are being haunted by little greys who show up and abduct people. They have a gun. There's lots of running around. This movie is awful. It's just this movie's literal shit. I can't hold back. It's really bad. Okay, so it was on my Netflix to watch list, but it's leaving Netflix in like a couple days. As I'm doing this review, it'll leave in a couple days, like a week or so. So I wanted to take it down before it leaves Netflix. And also, I'm familiar with the directors. It's a Canadian film. I've seen their work before, so I just put it on, and it was really that awful. It was just. The first half hour is all filler. It's basically just talking. There's a sheriff character with a subplot. The group of friends doesn't have much of anything going on. There's like a proposal and she wants to move, and Freddie Stroma's there. If you're not familiar, he plays Vigilante in the new Peacemaker James Gunn TV show, but this was his movie before. This was a good 9 years. 9 years before that, big break, ouch. But it goes to show that perseverance in acting can pay off. Anyways, the group of friends is lame. When the aliens show up, there's not many good set pieces, and then they get sucked onto a ship, and there's some cool, practical effects with like the cocoon stuff. But honestly, these aliens are super violent. They violently anally penetrate a guy for no reason, because it's supposed to be like the, oh no, the anal probe. That's like a trope of the abduction aliens, but it was just so blunt and gross, and I don't know what they were trying to go for. And the ending is absolutely terrible too. The resolutions just pisses all over everything. Any builds up character development, any tension or stakes just gets thrown out the window. I don't know what they're going for. They just really didn't have any story at all. They have this general guy and dressed up in all of his medals showing up at the end. It just made no sense. This movie is just devoid of anything logical. It's really slow for starters, and I can't believe the budget of this movie was $3 million. That's a lot of money, and most of it went to the visual effects, but they just wasted all of it. And I just felt this movie was piss poor compared to their found footage horror films. Maybe, you give them a little bit of money, they start to experiment too much, and this film just a little bit more than they could chew because they didn't really have a good idea or story. It didn't feel like a sci-fi movie at all. It was just horror, like aliens coming down. It might as well just been giant lizard people with laser guns shooting at people and eviscerating them, because there was no sci-fi angle really at all. This is just more of a horror film with a sci-fi dressing that just doesn't really capture any wonder or any alien sort of lore or world building or anything. This movie is devoid of anything good, so I give Extraterrestrial a 0 out of 10.